Barakathiya Howell, Barakathiya Shai, Barakathiya Howell, Barakathiya Shai, Barakathiya Howell, Barakathiya Howell, Bashim Yah Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, that belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopefully elect out there, man. You Akim to Sadakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. Unappreciated man coming back at you with another show entitled, I might say, what will the stimulus package do? Something borderlines of cashless society coming, impending cashless society coming, impending collapse of the dollar coming. Pretty much right now, this COVID-19 coronavirus, which, by the way, coronavirus is no different than the SARS virus, the MERS virus. It's an actual virus, but it's not a bioweapon. Something like a bioweapon would be something like sarin gas. It's not a bioweapon. It's a common flu. And just like the common flu that would kill somebody that's probably elderly and sickly, this COVID-19 is doing the same thing. Now, the fear porn that they've been pushing out on the media has been doing more damage than the actual virus, causing the shutdown of buildings, the firing of jobs. And that's what's really making this recession a bit different than previous recessions. By the way, brothers, recessions are not nothing prophetic. You know, like, a recession is just 2 quarters of negative GDP growth. It doesn't mean it doesn't really have anything to do with prophecies. It's actually quite natural. But anyways, unlike the previous recessions where people, like, for example, in 2008, people were able to still go out and buy and stuff, this COVID-19 is having a bit more effect on the society, a bit more effect on the economy, which I believe that's also done by design. This guy, Donald Trump is a very business savvy person. The more I'm learning, the more I'm understanding financials, the more I'm understanding the economy. Donald Trump is very, very business savvy. Counting on the ignorance of people, it could work to your benefit. Count on to the emotions and the irrationality of people could work to your benefit, and Donald Trump is doing that. Now, the right thing to do would be not to stimulate your economy and not to put your economy in more debt, but we know that they're not going to do that. Expect a huge stimulus, all right? The brothers that have watched the stock videos and you invested in the right stocks that are undervalued, expect a huge boom to happen. One of the biggest booms in history is going to happen in that stock market. With the Twitter in effect, I don't know how long this recession is going to last and nothing like that, but trust me, Donald Trump is going to create one of the biggest booms in stock market history. All right, because now, why would I say that? Am I some type of psychic? No. Well, we speak about the RFID technology and the fact that the society is going to go cashless. For that to happen, you're going to have to collapse your U.S. dollar, and the stimulus is going to hurt the dollar a lot more than anything. I mean, long-term wise, short-term, people are going to think it's a great economic boom. Praise Donald Trump as a hero. All these types of things. He got us out the recession. He did all this type of shit. He's going to time it right around of his election, not knowing that where did this money come from? The government are buying, or the Federal Reserve is buying bad government bonds. The last time there was a recession, they used bonds. They actually had value, right? People actually had savings. Now the Federal Reserve is going to be borrowing junk bonds, as they call them, because they don't have no fucking money. You put yourself in more of a bubble, so that's going to quell the people short-term wise. And trust and believe, people are dumb enough to not see the long-run picture, because they only can see what's in front of them. So when that happens, expect the biggest boom in the economy. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to be a huge fucking boom in the stock market. This thing's like a slingshot loading up. Take advantage of it, and that's what they're going to do, all right? Because the stimulus is the fastest way to a cashless society, by crashing your own dollar, by hyperinflating it. And that's what they're going to do, That's what they're going to do. The move is to go towards something cashless. For that to happen, this dollar has to fall. Now, if they go another route, which is hold out that stimulus package, hold out giving handouts, you have a lot of people that's going to be unemployed. I mean, a lot of fucking people that's going to be unemployed, which is going to also bring doom and misery. So that is a possibility. I don't think they're going to do that route. I think they're going to go with the stimulus. I think they're going to bail out these different companies that are bankrupt. And that's what's happening. All right, when they say things like we need the airline companies and we need they're just doing bank bailouts because a lot of these companies are at leverage, meaning they're in debt. So really, it's just another bank bailout again. All right, if you see through it, it's just another bank bailout, just like in 2008. That's already happening, and I think they're gonna do it. I'm pretty confident that they're gonna do it. I already did a video to help brothers position themselves to benefit for this coming economic boom. Okay, after this whole COVID-19 bullshit passes over, you know what I'm saying? Once people wake up and realize, okay, it's a common flu virus, it's been around for years. Look, people have been getting sick since Adam went off. Okay, that's been happening for thousands of years. So COVID-19 is not something new under the sun. But thankfully we have the scriptures to keep us stable in these times. Just don't go off hearsay. Don't go off every single news article you see just to do a lesson, as a brother was saying in GMS Fruit of Knowledge. I give you a primary example. Recently they had this one news article that said that a 20-year-old died of somebody that was in their 20s died of COVID-19. But when you looked it up, the dude had leukemia. You know, they didn't even say that part. You have to really look it up and dig up that information. So somebody that doesn't fact check, they might just jump on and see COVID-19 is killing people that's young now. And this is what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people actually profit from this mass hysteria. People like Dr. Oz and such. And it was no different with the HIV/AIDS pandemic, you know. And when you look up that documentary, HIV the Hoax, somebody said something else very interesting. He said there's no money in truth, you know. There's no money in truth. There's a lot of money to be made in spinning lies and propaganda and scaring the fuck out of people. Boogeyman tactics. There's a lot of money in it, all right? They're also pushing out something to treat. That's how you know it's bullshit. Whenever it's to treat something, that's when you know that's when you know, okay, let's try to sucker these people long term. Whenever you hear about treatment and not cures, because there's no money in cures, there's money in treatment. Treatments are like a subscription plan, right? Imagine you could just buy HBO to have HBO for the rest of your life. There's no money in that. We'd rather bleed you. You know, we'd rather give you a subscription package. And they already have or worked on what they call a COVID-19 treatment. So you already know, you know, I mean, shit, man, they've been doing the same tactics over and over again. Same shit over and over again. How many times are they gonna do it before you wake up and see that this is another bullshit tactic? I remember a few years ago they was telling people don't go outside because the snow's gonna kill you and this, that, and the third. Brothers might remember this because I did the video with my Clark song telling you, look, it's just snow. Calm down, you know. It was the same shit now, you know. But yeah, expect the Feds to do the stimulus thing. Expect one of the biggest economic booms ever. This so-called white man, in doing so, is going to ultimately hurt and collapse the US dollar. That's when you, as the apostles advise, take out what you make out this shit and secure your assets in gold and silver. All right, because this phony money only has but little time, and those that could strategize, you know, can prepare themselves for what's to come. With that, I'm going to say shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakakudash. That belongs to the apostles and the elders of the great Most, which you well. And salutations to the hopeful elect out there. You Akim to Sadakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. Shalom.